Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Dune Spice Wars here on your professional walkthrough channel with me, your host Max. Well, I can admit it, I still don't have enough knowledge about this game in order to make the review, and so in order to actually continue the acquisition of knowledge, I will try to do something with which I struggled the most in this game. Set up a new game and go as the Fremen. With the Fremen, I tend to struggle the most, and unfortunately, it's really difficult for me to explain as to why, because my honest opinion is that you should not have certain things to deal with when it comes to the Fremen faction. Now, the biggest advantage for the Fremens is that you will never ever have to recover your harvesters for spice. In comparison to all the other factions, the Fremen actually do not use the harvester itself. They set up this sort of a tent, and people just harvest the spice without triggering the sandworm. Now, you can still, however, trigger the sandworm with your unit, so be careful about that. On top of it, I do not understand as to why in the hell do I need to combat sieges or defend myself versus the sieges before I reach certain amount of hegemony. We are Fremen. We should automatically be able to see all the sieges and potentially have the ability to bribe a siege in order to attack someone else's town, potentially liberating it or just weakening the defenses so that our units can then swoop in and liberate the location or capture it for ourselves. But no, it's not there. One unique thing about the Fremen is that they do not use the airfield. They actually have these thumpers, and these thumpers attract the sandworm. So you get this animation where the sandworm moves to where your units are located, and he's able to then transport them to another place. This is actually a lore from the movies and even from the books, where the Fremen were able to create technology which allowed them to actually utilize the sandworms. And so I will definitely try to do this. Now, thumpers are, however, produced over time eventually, so we will need to reach 5,000 points of hegemony, and considering the point that certain locations only provide you with 500 points, and we will need to have those special buildings in order to gain even more, it will be quite interesting. Now, one thing which I think is truth about the Fremen is the fact that we do not have the voting rights, because we are not House Atreides, we are not House Harkonnen, we are not the smugglers, so the only potential way to be involved is through the influence which we will need to generate. So we will see how this will work, because honestly, yeah, this is where I think this faction needs some sort of balancing, or the person behind it needs more experience. So if you are picking up the game and if you want to start playing with the factions, my suggestion is to go with either House Atreides or House Harkonnen. Atreides has the ability to actually annex villages without military intervention, and House Harkonnen will just oppress anyone, so there's that. So either you can go military or diplomacy. And smugglers are always, when it comes to playing against the AI, the most dominant faction when it comes to the economy. So it will be interesting to see how well we can compete. So let's pick up two counselors. This one is hard, can use Inside Rebellion on Lance resolutions. That would take forever. Every new village captured increases siege detection progress, +1 authority production per exploited spice field. Okay, that sounds interesting. It's a hard thing to actually trigger, but it's Stilgar, and yeah, well, if you would watch the movies, you would know who he is. So, it's interesting. I'm considering this. Then we have Mother Remalo. So you start with okay, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that temple, and it will be unlocked with no cost and upkeep. Reveals the position of all spice fields. This can be beneficial, but honestly, you will still have access to omnicopters, and you will need those omnicopters in order to investigate all those specialized locations, which are scattered all over the map. So once the game reaches certain stage, her bonus of revealing all the spice field is completely pointless. So after that, we have this person. So plus 10% to unit speed. Units gain sand killers when no allies are nearby. 20% power plus 2% armor. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with this one, and we're gonna go with Stilgar. So this can be quite interesting. I'll just make sure that we have a large map. We're gonna go with all the possible victories. And we're gonna have all the major factions involved, so let's jump in and see if I can do something with the Fremen or absolutely not. So here we are starting yet again, and we are gonna go and try to discover the first location. We're gonna be recruiting warriors because we are gonna require them. This is a small space, so we don't have to do that much investigation. And I would love to get another omnicopter. We first need to actually conquer the first village. Only after we are able to start doing research, so we have to wait for that. This city has 2 militias, and I don't know if we would have enough power just with one skirmisher to do this thing, so
what do you need?
Let's see what this bad boy is gonna be able to find. The auto recon is automatically started, and we're gonna be just producing spice right next to our capital, so this is actually going to be crucial location. Unfortunately, the wind strength is really bad, so we would need to have at least wind strength of 4 in order to start producing water, because we will require water and authority in order to claim new regions and territories. And here we see the rare elements, so theoretically we can produce hegemony out of that location too. So we will see how that's gonna work out. We're gonna focus this one unit, and it looks like our siege is capable of attacking with the missiles the local militia, so good for us. We are already getting some crashed omnicopters. The second one is still not spawned in, but it's okay. We're gonna be soon able to acquire this location with 33 points of authority, so let's go for that. We have sustained only minimal damage, so we should be a-okay. But yeah, if we're going to be able to build crafts workshop that's going to start to produce hegemony, which right now we are the second in line after House Atreides. But our Conans and smugglers are going to kick it up a notch in a matter of moments, so do not fear. This is a wind strength of 6. This is a great place to produce water. We are now capable of doing research. So, building stuff, authority, and survival training. After that, we can go network intelligence.
We will help if we can.
Afterwards, what do we want to do? The problem here is we are gonna once again require the advanced engineering in order to be able to acquire the access to the rare elements. So for now, I don't really see that much benefit to having this. Also, having this many guys is kind of draining our Solari, but we will do what we will do. So Spice Collector, this is the building which the Fremen have access to, and this will be responsible for gathering the spice, and you will never have a worm attack thanks to this. Now we can still theoretically raid the local villages. We would get 306 Solari, which can be quite helpful, and especially since we are losing Solari itself. But the second building can be potentially the one for reducing the overall cost for just about anything. So, screw it, let's go acquire the second place. I mean, it's gonna cost us only 34 authority points, so let's go bananas. our lovely siege is able to actually attack the local militia too, just because they are so damn close. It's gonna take us a while to get here and do what we need to do. It's gonna take us a little bit to actually be able... Oh no, it won't. We will be able to acquire 3 locations fairly early on.
Yes.
Okay,
As
you need
fast
to
as
go
I
for
can.
auto recon. I kind of totally forgot about you. And the funniest thing is we actually don't seem to require fuel for our omnicopters, because these are the refitted omnicopters and they can be attached to a harvester to give an omnicopter support. I'm not really sure. I haven't tried that yet, but okay, we're just gonna pretend like I'm not a total goofball who does not have over 12 hours in this game and still doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I think this is gonna be a special region. It might be the White Void. It looks like there is gonna be some rocky surface or something, so I'm dying to see that. Okay, we're gonna need a little more authority. I actually thought that we are having the authority for this. It seems like no, it seems like we actually just used up the ones that we had access to. Okay, so let's go with the reduction of the upkeep. And we can already see that this is the place. We unfortunately cannot yet put in additional crew because we simply do not have the manpower, and we are not really producing any more units. So what I should do here is start to build the recruitment center. That is gonna help us out. We are starting to produce our spice. It's gonna take us 14 days to actually pay the bribe to the guild. So there's the Spacing Guild. I don't know what will be the 5th faction that they do want to implement to the game. I do have some ideas of what it might be, because for some reason I know some stuff about Dune, but please don't try to question me, I'm gonna fail. Okay, Wide Rift. So we can actually have the crafts workshop even here. So we have 2 locations right from the start where crafts workshop can be placed, and we will be able to start producing a crap ton of hegemony. That's awesome. But we also need to start producing some manpower, because this is just really pathetic, and we will eventually need more units in order to be able to engage with some of these towns, because once they start to have more units, it can be a little bit problematic. Also, if we want to have militia and whatnot, we do need the manpower. So those 8 units which we have access to, I would be able to train 1 militia party, and that would be it. So not really the best, but that's okay. That's okay. Blast Creed over here, and here is the production of water. Ah man, what to do? I really think we're gonna have to go for Blast Creed, because without it we cannot really do too much. So what can we do over here? With the wind strength of 3, I really don't want to be putting down water production here, considering the fact that this location with fuel has wind strength of 6, this location has wind strength of 6, this location does not have a good wind strength, but we will be able to pop out the hegemony, so that's okay for me. Agent recruitment speed, we want to go into the Arrakis, because once we have Arrakis infiltration, we are going to be able to start processing all these specialized events which are scattered all over the map. I'm not really sure if they have some proper term for it. That's what I call them. If you can correct me in the comment section, I will be only thankful to you. So okay, trying to look for anything and everything that might be of any use, but right now my biggest problem is going to be my current situation with the Solari, so we really need to start doing something regarding that. Okay, we're gonna go 1 and a 2. So I really need the advanced engineering in order to get the processing plant so that we can tap into those resources. And theoretically, I can just go raid this location because we don't have the necessary water in order to acquire the place, even if we have the necessary authority points. So this will be a raid for 319 Solari. So let's go bananas. I'm unfortunately gonna be forced to put down in one of these two places the water production if I want it or not. Theoretically, afterwards we can remove the building and place it elsewhere where we will have higher yield, but for now and for the purposes of this whole shebang, I will need to do this like this. So we are producing quite decent authority, which is awesome. I'm not really sure if it's just thanks to the fact that we have Stilgar, because it's based on also how much spice we have access to. It would be awesome if we can tell that, oh my god, here are all the spices which you can find on the map. But considering that the further you go away from your own place, the more difficult it is to actually acquire the location, because it will just cost a crap ton of authority. You need to relocate your units and everything, so it will be just a pain in the ass. We're just gonna raid this location for now in order to help ourselves with the current financial situation. And once we will gain access to those rare elements and everything, it will be a-okay. So what is the next thing which we would want to do? I really don't want to be making... You know what? We can do maintenance center for now. Why the hell not? You two need to return back. And we will have to go after this town, but first we need to have the wind trap finalized. After that is done, we're gonna need to maintain the wind trap here, because that's gonna boost our water somewhat. After which we can go after the city of Aeldal, or whatever you pronounce this. So we're gonna have some fun with that. I really don't like the fact that our omnicopters are both cramped in one location, but it's not like I can do anything about it. We're gonna go with a third omnicopter, and I'm gonna try to get the research for per compass, as this will increase the efficiency of our omnicopters in general. We have 13 water now. We have only 270 Solari, so that's really not the best. So I want to go ahead and start to do stuff over here. Damn it to hell, if I will not have enough spice in 4 days, I can be quite screwed here. So let's try to preserve as much of it as we can so that we can pay the spicing guild. And is there just about anything, goddammit, I can sell in order to gain more money? Because I definitely want to acquire this place. And it looks like there's a deep desert in here, which is absolute freaking nightmare for me, as that will mean that our units will be draining a crap ton of resources while they go through this location. It's plus 300% drain on our supplies, and we are at 7. So if we don't achieve a quick victory here, I can be quite screwed rather quickly. But I also don't want to make sure to miss out the first bribe, because then you are facing lots of negative effects for you. You can have uprisings, you can have debuffs, you can have all sorts of nonsense which you have to put up with. I don't want to put up with that nonsense, so you better make sure that I will be able to do what needs to be done. Now, we don't have a single militia unit here, and we are already losing health on these guys. The only thing which literally saved my ass is that we won in the last second. I don't have a militia unit. If these guys are gonna try to attack the location, they're gonna be able to succeed. That's gonna also affect how much water we are processing and all this other nonsense, which will be bad again. But at least the capital is capable of bombarding the raiders, so we will see if they will be able to do something regarding this or not. We have acquired this location successfully, and I need to put down blast screed production immediately. It looks like these idiots are actually now attacking the capital, completely abandoning this town. Just interesting. So I'm not really sure if they're making up their mind or what they're doing, but between attacking the capital and our location over here, not the best performance. Not the best performance. And they are officially gone, so this has been quite uneventful. We're gonna use you immediately. Per compass is gonna be the second research, so let's get it done. Advanced engineering, so we can actually ramp up our economy. We have now 24 days in order to accumulate that spice and everything nice. So I'm gonna actually sell a portion of it. I wanna increase the crew so that we are producing more spice out of this location.
What does Liet command?
This has 3 units. This is still not recovered.
If we can.
These two... Oh, we seriously have to go through here? There's no other freaking way? That's horrible because look at this. They're gonna be here for a moment. And look at the drain on the supplies here. Look at this. That's not even freaking funny. And we're literally walking by the edge here. I don't understand how is it possible that we do not have a place or this ridge over here through which we would be able to descend down. Which makes me wonder if we're gonna actually have to concur this location with the White Rift in order for us to be able to descend down through here. I would really hate to build an airfield right literally next to our siege, but the region should be under the airfield's control area, so we will see. Let's reduce the overall cost of just about anything and everything in the local region. And we're gonna have to go raid or acquire this location.
Arrakis is our home.
So we are gonna acquire quite a lot of territory in a short amount of time. We have 3 omnicopters working for us. We're still bleeding Solari, but that can be fixed once we kick up our production of plascrete, which already sits at plus 50, which is pretty damn decent, I might add.
Is our home. They don't belong here.
So we're gonna repeat this, but this time we're gonna actually acquire this location. And what I'm gonna do, the first building is gonna be water extraction, and I will be removing this one from here, which will allow me then, if I will have the research conducted by then, to start building the processing plant so that we are producing more Solari. Manpower is being built up, so that's a-okay. 1 omnicopter, 1 omnicopter, 1 omnicopter. This is not a special region, however, this is the Moondew Vale. Is awesome location for a town, but it tends to be quite problematic because it tends to have quite a lot of uprisings, so it's up to you what you decide. Usually also you will see that the enemy factions tend to put a lot of sabotages on this location, but because this is one of the few rare greeneries which is growing, you will always, like probably 90% of all the damn time, find a siege hidden over there. Okay, we literally have 0 Lancecraft standing right now, so I'm not really sure if we can do anything, and we have 60 influence points. So sure, manpower upkeep, hell no, are you crazy? Can go 20-20-20, but it won't do too much. We don't have the voting rights right now. So let's speed up this so that we can go ahead and build this, because this will pump out a crap ton of water. I don't want to go with reducing this location right now.
Greetings.
33 influence for 16 intel and 202 and trade agreement. Solari production, treaty costs. Sure, let's go for it. So we have legal bond. This is an achievement unlocked. Don't ask me how I did it. I don't even understand what I'm doing. But it's okay. I'll just keep on smiling and bullshit everyone who's watching this, because that's what I do here on the channel. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, the treaties, not really sure how much of a role they do play in the game itself. We have another agent, Intel. Let's go for Kaom, because that will increase our overall Solari production, which is what we need at the end of the day. Now, what I can do once this is done, please get it done. I want to demolish the building. Regain my blastcrete. It's gonna kind of tap into our water situation, but not anymore. And now we can build the goddamn processing plant up in here. And after the processing plant is done, we will go with that building, which is gonna start producing hegemony. Right now, I do have the more points than anyone else, but God knows how long that will last. One thing which I noticed is that the second field with Spice is quite far away. And it will cost us 105 points of authority in order to be acquired. It would be better if we can actually afford another unit here. So we will have to travel through quite the location. Okay, let's go for the trade. We do have the potential to form alliance. It will be an upkeep of 2 authority. And we will have to achieve 200 points of reputation. So far we have only 4, so that's gonna take forever. Let's do this. That's gonna buff our research. Should buff our research. What is gonna be the next thing? We are gonna go with this, the spice market. It's gonna allow us to allocate more units, or more crew, sorry, to the overall harvesters. Okay, you're starting to really piss me off, you know that, right? Oh yeah, that's the building. Crafts workshop. Build it. So we are defending. The siege is a little too far right now in order to attack, but our units will be able to handle this without any problem. Now I will have to do something with the water situation, so I'm really worried if I might have to go and do something in regards to how much water we are still producing. I unfortunately cannot build additional building here, which would allow me to tap into more water, even though we are producing literally 18 points of water per whatever cycle is implemented in here. Blastcrete, we are okay. The reduction of everything is always nice. God, I love this building. I'm not really sure if it's really worth it, but I love it so damn much. We need the 3rd warrior. I don't know about the infiltrator. I mean, it's nice and everything, but we don't have the water for the units that we need, so that kind of sucks. Wind strength. Here we have 3 already. This is driving me nuts because I really need to get in here for the water. So let's do the strategy we did. We're gonna grab this place so that we increase or spike up our water production. And then we're gonna go after the city of Zada. And that is gonna allow me to, on top of it, recruit 1 more warrior. Once we have the water. Claim this region with 6 water. That is going to allow me to start producing even more water. We will be able to demolish this building here, and we'll be able to replace it with something else entirely, just because that's what we need. Spice harvesting, sure. And then we can start working our way to Harfer, or however you pronounce this. We have officially started to produce additional hegemony, so we are... Yeah, you see House Atreides is now ahead of us, but we are second. Hopefully with a couple of these suckers, we will be able to spike this up. Now, it's actually kind of funny that we have White Rift and it even has rare elements, so I'm really hoping we'll be able to get a decent chunk of hegemony production out of this region, not just because we have full control. A Solari upkeep, yes please. We have only 30 points of influence because we have given away the influence, so that's all I can do, kids. Let's send you guys after the ranged attackers. It's kind of risky going 2 versus 3, but remember that the militia has the debuff where they are under panic once they lose over half of their HP. So, you never know. Plus, we are at least building up the experience for our units, so it might be worth something. Until they get swallowed by a goddamn worm. Then I get upset. We're gonna capture this location. What is this? There's some sort of secret. I want that secret. We should have something researched here if we're able to do another one. Okay, so first thing ever, we want to go with water. The second thing which I noticed, there is some sort of building which will be for the ceremonial caves in the local village. So fuel cell factory producing much more fuel. Although we don't really have use for fuel. So yeah, we have some support here, but need to start producing more influence overall. Rufnir, the city will give us 300 something money, which is nice. So let's go for it. Even though there's a siege here, I really just want to go ahead, raid this location. Once the water processing is done here, I don't know if I will be removing this one. We will see. Next thing, this thing is unit power spice. Production is reduced. Son of a bitch, why? Fuck it, let's go for it. We just want to raid this place, and we want to get this town. 21, 228, let's say okay. We have 2 new agents. More infiltration. So theoretically, we should go into... Let's infiltrate the treaties, recruitment speed. Let's go for Lance Rat standing. That will start producing additional resources and everything, I think. I don't know, I'm full of BS sometimes. It's at 81%. I seriously did not have anything being researched. That sucks. What's our current research? Seems like Spice Market is what we're doing. So after that, we can do Dune Wanderers. And after that, we can do support structure. This is gonna allow us to start producing Kulon caravan units. And don't make me pronounce this. Why do you seriously have to give them such a weird ass name? It's not like I'm not struggling with these names already as is. Okay, this town has only 2 units, so we're definitely going for Harfir right now. Right now. Problem is going to be what happens if we get under attack, because I don't really have that much militia recruited just about anywhere. Which can be a little bad, and of course the sandstorm is raging now.
Arrakis is on home. We'll hunt them down.
Looks like they have only ranged units, so that's gonna be benefit to us. Some of our units have already ranked up. We're gonna definitely try to acquire this location just because it's gonna be great for additional hegemony production, and we are soon gonna be able to unlock the districts and getting some additional bonuses and buffs and whatnot. Do we want more plascrete? Yes, of course. What a stupid question. This town is right now suffering though, because it's right underneath the damn sandstorm. Now we have unlocked this, and you can see one big problem. This capital is absolutely terribly set up for potentially building up districts. You have the capability to build one district with 2 buildings and one district with 3 buildings. So you really have to decide on what you want this district to be. Bazaar counts as economy, military, and statecraft for purpose of district bonuses. Applies the district bonus one more time to influence production per ally siege. Manpower production per controlled village. Military units are trained 20% faster, plus 2 training slots. That sounds awesome. And I think we're being under attack here. So we need to do this, and I need to send these boys somewhere over here. It's gonna be quite annoying, because it's quite the goddamn distance. There's some hegemony. Let's go for these, which give us buff to our research. They are great.
What does... We are listening. We won't waste time.
So these units are being attacked. Unfortunately, I have not recruited any militia here. I kind of do regret that, slightly, lightly, and all that in between. We're gonna put down more militia to be produced over here just because. Lower erg is not really giving us any sort of specialized bonus. There is a potential for us to get more rare elements and more hegemony production. But I really want to focus my attention on the White Rift afterwards, because that's a great spot for hegemony.
What does Liet command?
And I cannot lose this location because this is our main blastcrete production. And I want to produce that goddamn fuel. We don't really produce fuel here, so I can go with spice silos, which will increase our overall spice production. So let's go for that.
We're listening.
And these idiots are going elsewhere, so we're just gonna buff up this production over here. And I'm gonna be able to then allocate more manpower into this next spice collector. So we can go and pop in 1 crew, 2 crew. We can go with the building reduction cost of just about everything and anything. And I would really like to grab this place just because of Plascrete.
What does Liet command?
But this location is now calling my name.
We'll help if we can. Liet,
So let's go for this. 98. Wind strength is 3. It's pretty damn horrible. This is reducing spice production slightly, but it's giving us some weird nonsense, I guess. Units power is being increased, so I'll take it. And this location is gonna give us a crap ton of a hegemony overall, because we are dominating with that at least. Well, for now. For now we are. It can change. It can change. So far, House Atreides is the only faction which we have discovered. This seems to be another place, the Crescent Ridge. Wind Trap, resource production, so water is being really nice to produce here. Here we can get more hegemony, more Solari, and lots of water.
what does Liet command? We will help if we can.
We're gonna increase the speed here slightly. I don't tend to abuse it too much. There's some voting. We don't have that many points of influence, so we can only use so much. Not having those votes is going to hurt. Spice production, sure. Because we will be able to trade spice for other commodities. We'll be able to get Plascrete or something else. We can go take a look at House Atreides, for example. Here we see that we can give them spice, which has nothing negative, and we can go and grab for 100 spice quite a lot of Plascrete here. Just thanks to also the fact that we have a good relationship level. So let's confirm this. We will have enough spice for the next time of paying. So we should be a-okay. So we have currently 2 locations with spice. Here is the 3rd. So the city of Pelnet is gonna be my 3rd target to go after. First of all, we're gonna go with processing plant. After that, we're gonna go with the hegemony nonsense. And we're gonna have to put down some goddamn recruitment stations, because apparently we have kind of not really paid too much attention to that. And we will need our men and women. I'm not really sure how the forces work here. Don't ask me. I don't have that much of a depth knowledge of the Dune universe. I'm not sure if it's necessary. I want to go for one of these things which will give me a knowledge or boost for the research. So we have the spice market now. We are doing Dune Wanderers. We can do local hub afterwards. So unassigned agent, knowledge. Nothing is for knowledge, seriously? We should assign you to something, man. +2 infiltration level. Theoretically, we can go for House Harkonnen here. We do have a level 1 knowledge, and we know what type of... what you call these guys, they have. So we can theoretically try to spy on everyone else. Water production in this region is going to be an absolute nightmare. I don't want to do that. But I do want to grab this place. 158. Wind strength is absolutely non-existent in this region, however, which is not the best. Not the best. Can put down the crafts workshop so that we are producing more hegemony. This is going to be the 3rd region for hegemony, and this is going to be another region for minerals. Now, look at this. Look at how much goddamn militia is in here. 6 units overall. Goddamn. Goddamn. We don't have the manpower. We don't have the military or the command points necessary for this. We don't have the plascrete in order to build this. Sucks. Definitely having command posts would help us out. But we're gonna have to think of what we're gonna do with these districts, because this is just... yeah, we don't have as much access to this. 3.4 thousand. We are ahead of even House Atreides now, mostly because we are building the crafts workshops. But I will have to start considering some sort of infrastructure for being able to move the units around a little bit faster. Because don't get me wrong, we do have the thumpers. And the thumpers will allow us to travel across the regions and all this nonsense. But even that has certain limitations. Ceremonial caves, no. Yeah, we don't have airfields. So the only way we are able to move the units around are the thumpers, or they have to literally walk across. And because you don't have access to that many thumpers, it can be far easier for you to play as Atreides, take control of one new village. That should not be that difficult. I do want to go after Pelnet. It has only 3 units in there. So even with the forces that we have available, we are going to be able to do this properly. I really love the fact that we don't ever have to recall our guys from these camps. So we can go after the 3rd location with the spice. There's another siege, which will allow us to trade for spice even more. Resolve this. And that is gonna buff our research. No, there should be some other nonsense regarding research speed up. So let's go for
What
it.
does Liet command? What does Liet command?
You guys are gonna run over here. I'm starting to see the smugglers.
Liet, you will have it. We are listening.
So we're gonna have to think about some things. This location will be able to produce us with more Solari and more hegemony. Stockpile spice is decent. There's a sandstorm brewing right on top of our spice production. Seriously? We cannot put it somewhere else? Manpower upkeep? Sure. We have 60 points here. Influence points. Sure. And we cannot vote more, so I guess that's it. This wind strength, however, is killing me. This one is at 3 points. It's really bad. We will have 1 water being produced, which is not good. Without producing more water, we won't be really able to tap into additional... You win the game by reaching 30,000 hegemony. You can also achieve a domination victory by destroying all enemy bases. Finally, you can also get elected governor of Dune at the Lance Rat. Yeah, the problem is we don't really have Lance Rat here. So I'm kind of afraid that we don't have that as a potential victory playstyle. So we have only 2 ways to do this. One is through hegemony, one is through the military one. And I just don't think I will want to go versus the goddamn Harkonnens in a military type of engagement. It's just not gonna end well. This location provides absolutely nothing besides a potential raiding location, and this place is gonna be an absolute nightmare to grab a hold of, but the supply drain, the hegemony gain, and everything else would be fairly nice though. We'll be able to put down 1 crew to the newly acquired location. This place, man, I really cannot put down water in here, so that sucks absolutely. Might have to put it in here. Although if it would be up to me, I would go for this location because of the wind strength and the minerals.
We will help if we can. Liet,
We have buffed our spice production. We are getting ahead, but reaching 30,000, goddammit, it's gonna take forever. Plus water per building in your main base. 50 hegemony for each water producing village. And 25% max supply. It would be nice if we can get the recycling. Something for research. Choose. That's for intel.
We will help if we can.
Spice production. We can buff that, or we can go for manpower. Oh, come on. I just came from there.
Yes,
You know how annoying this is? Do you know how annoying this is? Let's go for the reduction of the overall cost.
Liet.
Really don't see the point of using the thumper right now because the distance is not that great for me to sacrifice one of them. 32, we cannot really go for additional
We will help if we can. What does Liet command?
crew here.
We will help if we can. We won't.
Oh, you have to be careful because these are ranged attackers and they are standing in that location close enough to the city's edge where a worm can potentially be triggered.
What does Liet command? Liet?
I might have to re-recruit militia for this town. This town has wind strength of 4, but it doesn't really produce anything that unique and special. I think I'm gonna go raid this town.
Arrakis is our home.
So we have gone out here in order to grab
What
this
does
spot.
Liet command?
Let's raid this for the 400 something
Liet, we
something
won't waste
resources.
time.
Worst case scenario,
does
we can
Liet
use these
command?
Solari to buy
We won't
blast
waste
wheat.
time. Liet, they
So
don't
probably I
belong
would not
here.
like to do that. If I can trade spice for it.
Greetings.
Spice is reduced, money is not affected. Blast greed is, however, affected. So it does have low interest for the House of Atreides. Hopefully it will not negatively affect our relationship level. 32. There you go. The money, some of it that I've just spent, I will be able to regain. Lots of sandstorms, goddammit. Lots of sandstorms.
We are listening.
Okay, it would be awesome if we can get one of these districts. So let's go for the recycling plant. It's not really gonna be able to get combined with other economy district buildings, but it will have to do for now, I guess. This town is a lovely town. Is a town with blast greed.
Yes, Liet. We won't waste time.
But so is this one. The problem here is the number of units, and I don't know if I would have to get these two boys in order to help us with the acquisition of this location. Let's collect. Producing 20. At 5,000, we are quite ahead.
We're listening.
So let's try to keep that
We'll
pace.
hide our tracks.
Buff the overall crew here. Once we get this, it will be producing more water for each building, which we will have. It will give us more hegemony, and the overall supplies for our units will increase even further. All seems like a good deal. Okay, what are we doing right now? Local hubs. We should go get something out of the spying stuff, and after that we can invest more in economy and everything else. We don't really have any missions right now, but probe setup is not gonna help me that much. 2 levels at House Atreides. They do control 6 villages. I think we're gonna swap her to the smugglers, see how she does, since she's so goddamn effective. These guys literally went through the deep desert again. These are some cocky sons of something. 250. That's our entire reserve of blastcrete. So let's not do that. Still no for blastcrete. Blastcrete A-OK.
What do you? How can I
Smugglers. Low interest for this. High interest for Solari. So since we have that, how about we go 200 and we, damn it, nope. Let's go money, and let's go for blastcrete. Don't ask me how the hell do they have 2,000 of blastcrete already. No, we can give them more and we can take more. Dunzo. Once we have these two, we will be able to go after this town, which will produce hegemony. And so on and such. There are some voting, statecraft, development, completion speed is increased. Sure, salary upkeep, loving it. That's all I can theoretically vote for, so not that great. Not that great. We're also using all of our influence, so 20% more intel. Let's go for the Spacing Guild. We're gonna need to gain some information for that in order for us to gain access to stuff like gear sabotage or supply drop. Both viable options. Now it seems like we have quite a lot of intel, which is telling me maybe, just maybe, I should try to damn it, they don't want intel.
Let's get to business.
This resource is valued by smugglers. Damn it to hell.
Greetings.
Let's see. If we sell some 150 of this, how much can I get for plascrete? Damn. Awesome. Let's give them 200 and let's seek more. Let's go for it. We have traded quite a lot. Still waiting for this thing to be done. So the overall cost here is reduced, which is great. Plascrete production can be increased. We can go for knowledge, influence, and let's go influence. We're gonna need that just for the basic voting nonsense. 300 here, and we will require... well, plascrete will be produced over here, so... let's reduce the cost of just about everything and anything. Don't want to spend 500 plascrete. I want to go for the command post. That would be nice. If we can do like a small military district, that would be great. Come on, give me those 2 mercenaries. 3, 2...
Yes. What does Liet command? We're listening.
This is quite a heavily populated place, so...
Yes, Arrakis is our home. We're listening. What does
seems like those mercenaries might come in handy. I feel like I'm producing most authority out of all the factions so far. Like, Harkonnens were absolute freaking nightmare when it came to authority production in general. I still want to grab then this location. And this place should be great for production of just hegemony and increasing or reducing the overall daily supply stuff, so kudos. This place would be good for water, theoretically, or wind, but here we have wind of 6, so on top of the production of Solari, we can also produce another workshop, which would be great too.
We're listening.
Should have enough resources in order to go and obtain this location as well.
We're listening.
So, plascrete.
What does Liet command? We're here.
Once you guys have been kind of refilled, it's just the mercenaries. Okay, let's go for this location then. We're gonna control a large portion of the map already. Theoretically, I can try to go over here because this is the Berha location, and this is where the water extractor can be placed. And we have this thing with the water, and since we have this, so +5 water per building in your main base, and hegemony for each water producing village, so that will give us even more advantage. I need money, however, in order to be able to afford the stuff that I want to afford.
If we can, you will have
If I lose the mercenaries, I don't really care. I just need to use them as sufficient distraction for us to cut into the meat and bones of the militia here. Can we get finally the gear sabotage, and we can go for the supply drop? Awesome.
Yes.
Fremen mercenary.
Juliet.
Kulo caravan can set up as a Harik to help and hide nearby troops. Cannot use ranged attack if it's engaged in melee combat.
Arrakis is our home.
Let's put these warriors away and let's capture this location now. Theoretically, we can actually go for D. Damn it, we cannot go for D because we don't have the water for D. Wind strength is decent, so I want to go and put down water producing gizmo, and we're gonna go for this because this apparently buffs all the research. All the research, and I want all the research.
What does Liet
Okay, so
command?
first things first, we're gonna go with water because production is crazy in here. 6, that's just great, hard to ignore. We're gonna put down some militia guys. So we have now 2 towns which need our attention. We are now developing 2 new regions. This region has Blastcrete too. However, the cost is what's killing it. The 200 something. Damn it. I would have more luck going for displays and just putting there the basic production for manpower, influence, and knowledge, for example. And reducing the cost of maintenance and upkeep. Okay, what's next? What do we want to do next in this region? Supply, daily, hegemony. We can go for spice production, increase. That would be great. And we can go for the economy reduction cost. We'll have to gain Solari here in order to build another district. This is not valued by you. Spice is, however, highly valued, and we have a crap ton of spice. So let's go if we can sell 200 for a crap ton of Blastcrete. And I also need some cash. Since they don't put any value on this. That's gonna help us out for a little bit, but it won't help us out in the long run. I'm gonna put down this building in order to tap into the rare elements. We're gonna have to think of something. 252. That would help us produce Blastcrete, but it seems like such an expensive acquisition. And I see this location, 153, and it has spice. And it's much more tempting target for me. Let's go for the Kulong caravan. And I really need to build the command post, but for that we require additional Solari. So I'm really hoping we're going to be able to tap into that. Seems like there's voting. Lancecrat standing. We're not gonna get anything here, so I can support this, but it's not gonna do too much. 50, and sure, we can get the Lancecrat guard. That would be just awesome. So we're gonna go acquire that next location. I wanna go ahead and reduce the upkeep. These guys can then produce the units there. This is for fuel, which we don't need. This place would give us a research hub, would gain a great buff. But I'm more probably tempted with this location where the not scavengers. What's the faction called? God damn it! Smugglers. I don't know why I keep forgetting the damn name. I want to grab that potential location just because of how much freaking water it would be able to pump out. Choose it for the intel. And please, for the love of God, tell me we can get up on this lovely location without having to travel through the damn deep desert, because that's just gonna be not a good thing at all. At all. 360, that's 153, this is 139, it's for the fuel, but we can build ceremonial caves in there. I want to go for the location just because it produces spice, that's it. We don't want to spend 500 plascrete for hegemony. Yeah, fuck it, let's get rid of it. And, yep. The damn animal is attracting the sandworm. We're gonna have to be careful on how we do this. Let's produce authority. Thank you. Sounds awesome. This is gonna give us access to another harvesting location for the spice. We can put down water production here as well. What's our research doing? Missile battery limit is increased. Enhanced fortifications are allowed. Salary upkeep on village. Unlocks investment office building. Let's go like this. The temple building plus Salari when liberating a village unlocks the Shard Halot temple. I'm quite sure you pronounce it differently, but I don't care. Okay, so what can we do here? Spice production can be buffed. Or we can go with recruitment. Let's go recruitment. And let's reduce the overall cost of everything when it comes to upkeep. It's gonna be soon done, so we're gonna gain that sweet intel. This location has wind strength of 6. This location has wind strength of 4, but it has the potential for the research hub. It would be still great to grab control over this location one of these days, just due to the simple fact that it can give us access to this region without us draining our supplies. So I'm tempted. Hegemony. House Atreides has finally reached 5,000 points, but we are almost at 8,000. We're gonna go with this city. Hopefully it won't bite me in the ass. We do have more senior units, that's for sure. It does produce hegemony and all the other BS. Let's go for this and you guys help out here. Let's slow it down a little bit. Water production for days.
What does Liet command?
Oh, you guys have to retreat.
We'll move fast.
To be careful so that they don't get attacked, because then they suffer the massive debuff.
They need us there. The slow way is the safe way. We welcome you, Liet.
We will help if we can. Arrakis is our home. They don't... Liet, we're going. We won't waste time.
So we're switching the focus of the enemy's militia. And even with the smaller force, we're going to be able to contest this location, therefore. It's purely for the research. We have the more intel being produced. Again, we don't know anything about Atreides now, which is just great. Let's go for counterintelligence, I guess. I want to go for the command post, but we simply do not have anything for that. And we're gonna have to send some forces to that spot. The problem is we really don't have anything that I can send there right now, and the militia alone will not stand a chance.
We carry the clan's water.
So theoretically I can go with these weird cows and this one warrior troop. These two still need to
We
be
welcome you, Liet.
recovered, and we're gonna see how freaking close can I go with the thumper,
Are we needed?
if even.
What does Liet command? What does Liet command?
Let's stay here, cancel whatever I clicked on. Research. In order to be a little bit more effective. Decline. You have 100 points. Yep. That's what I'm gonna go for. These are my
Does
2
Liet
votes.
command?
The thumper. Would love to travel over there, but I still am not sure.
We are listening.
Do I need to seriously go over here in order to travel through the regions which I do control? You gotta be shish kebabbing me. Let's see if it's gonna work if we reach that location or not. We are getting close to 10,000 hegemony.
Arrakis is our home.
300. I really want to save up stuff for the command post.
Liet,
Please tell me you guys will be able to travel from here in order to get there. I would hate to lose that location. Oh, for funk's sake. Seriously, this is the furthest we can go? Let's go. So this is what's gonna happen. The sandworm is gonna pop up. They hop on. And this weird thing is gonna be able to travel and then swallow your forces because you just called it. Damn it, they're gonna liberate this place! No! Son of a biscuit. I'm gonna need more units. Or I'm gonna need stronger militia. Damn it to hell. This place was great for producing crap ton of stuff. It's just water, hegemony, manpower,
We
all this
welcome
stuff.
you.
And I just fucking lost it all.
we will help.
On
if
top
we
of it,
can.
now they have 6 units here. God freaking damn it, son of a... Let's go for... I don't know. I need this command post building. God damn it. Spice is highly valued. And money is not valued at all. So I'm hoping for 3,000. I'll be able to get a crap ton of money here. Or 3,000. Oh, 3,000. 300. Okay. That should get us to this.
Liet? Yes. We will
I'm gonna
help
hate this.
if we
I
can.
don't have this force strong enough to do this. I just don't.
Liet?
Fucking hell!
What does Liet command?
It's pissing me off. Could really use those mercenaries. Is there a camp somewhere around here for those dummies? All the way here? Ah, shish kebab. Okay. Blast greed, we can increase that. We can reduce the cost of everything. So let's reduce the cost of everything.
Liet?
These guys should stay here just to be on the safe side because we have lots of stuff going on in here. If I would be able to probably control this region, this Kordak, it would help us out. There's another spice location. I think we have found Harkonnens. And the Atreides has quite the large region under their thumb. I'm gonna need to recruit more units. This pisses me off. Because I'm gonna have to go again for doing stuff. Enemy agent has escaped, not sure how. I don't even know where to check where these agents are located. But anyhow. So we have 3 locations or 3 districts where we are producing spice. This can be potentially the 4th one? Hold on. Where the what the fuck? When did I lose this location? Son of a bitch. How is this even happening? God damn it, I don't pay attention to something or speed up the game for a little bit. All this bullshit starts popping up and then you just don't stand a chance. Upkeep of 2. Form alliance. You will form an alliance with the siege, allowing you to benefit from its alliance. Warrior recruitment costs, warrior training. Okay. Can live with that, even if it cuts into my authority production. Upkeep is 2. We need this. Fedaykin cost -1 command point. That's actually kind of nice. We need... what do we need? Call to arms. That's here. So we need to do ground command first. We're doing outpost logistics. Then we can do Arrakis secrets. Maybe I will switch things up. This is quite lengthy process, 23 days. We're gonna see. How the fuck did I lose this location? When the hell did this shit happen? That's not funny. As far knowledge. I had this location under my thumb. When did this fucking happen? Okay, you two buddies, I don't know if you are strong enough to deal with what's happening there. You cows go inside of the city limit in order to do what's necessary. You two will have to go over here because we're gonna be recapturing this place, god damn it. Because I got nothing better to do these days, apparently. And we have constructed the command post, and yet I can go suck a big fat one because I cannot really do anything with it. 1,500. We're losing Solari. We really need to gain this region. I really hate redoing the same locations. It's just not funny. Spice for money. That's what we're gonna do here. They don't value it, so I want to grab 1,000, and we're gonna see how much do I need to give them for it. It's quite a lot of spice, though. So it's gonna fix this situation for a bit. We do have the manpower, which is nice, but honestly, it's not gonna help me too much. There's the siege. I'm gonna have to build like a freaking missile turret in these places or something. Which I'm not really thrilled about. As is. Those two were able to get there, almost. I really hope that we won't lose them before they are able to actually help participate in liberating this place yet again. Because I feel like that's the only thing which I'm doing here over and over again. Wind strength sucks absolutely in here. What is causing this sudden spike in the upkeep? What's a big ticket? Recruitment offices. Okay, but we need those. Research hub is just 1. Spice collectors. Okay. Armies 4. It's not that expensive, but okay, give me a break. Come on, guys, stop traveling through the deep desert and let's go liberate this location. No, don't you dare go through the deep desert. I swear to God. Stop standing in the deep desert, dummy. Okay, hold on, because something is attacking me and, oh, for fuck's sake, seriously? I just got these units here. There's no chance for these guys to get there in time. I will need to recruit 2 more guys like this and see what can be done.
We'll get them. You will have it.
We carry
And
the
of
clan's
course,
Arrakis is our home.
you gotta be shitting me. The militia, which we had to help us with this, has just disappeared because it took us for fucking ever to get here. That's not freaking funny. We'll need much larger force, therefore, to liberate this position.
Liet command.
We already had it under control.
We'll hide our tracks.
It's not funny.
Are we needed? We
Problem is, what's
welcome
gonna
you,
happen
Liet.
if these
We'll
cows
protect
get
our
attacked?
We will help if we can.
Oh man, this is gonna suck. We have to retreat through being engaged by the enemy militia. I don't like that one bit.
We'll move fast. Liet, we won't waste.
Let's go, the 2 of you,
Move fast.
through this
What does
goddamn...
Liet
God damn it.
command? We'll hide our tracks. We won't waste time.
Don't go through the deep desert for the love of God. This is the dumbest placement I have
We
seen
welcome you, Liet.
so far when it comes to like the initial zone from which you are starting your game.
We'll move fast. We won't waste time.
Will you stop standing on the fucking deep desert?
We are listening. We are listening. We won't.
11,000. We are quite ahead, but it won't be too long before some stuff starts happening and whatnot. So, okay,
Arrakis is our home.
we're gonna need to install a goddamn missile turret in here. No joke. I'm not even kidding right now.
Arrakis is our home. Arrakis is our home.
No liberation. Do you think this shit is funny?
We are listening.
61. I need to sell stuff in order to make money.
Greetings.
Let's give them spice. 300 for... Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more, buddy. Okay, let's do that.
Liet, we'll hunt them down.
No freaking liberation. Forget about it.
We welcome you,
We'll need
Liet.
larger force here, so those 2 troopers will need to come join this assault in order for this to work. Treaty, upkeep cost, salary per active trade agreement, knowledge per active research agreement, authority production. Administrative hall, that's what I want. For more authority production.
What does Liet command? We will help if we can. Liet, you will have it. We will help.
Just want to be careful so that these fuckers attack not these warriors.
We are listening.
And now they're attacking these warriors.
Arrakis.
Want to start producing the Fedyakin, so
What does Liet command?
But I also would hate to lose these warriors. Just saying.
Listening. We will help if we can.
Once this has been
What does Liet command?
taken care of, blocked by occupier, there's no more occupiers, so screw that. We're building the goddamn missile turret, which is not gonna help with our financial situation as is.
Liet?
Because that thing is costly to maintain. And we are losing way too much money, goddammit. Solari. 40 cam. I need to do something here in order to deal with this whole shebang regarding
The clan's water.
the money situation. I don't understand why all of a sudden, goddammit, I'm losing so much money. Sure, because we are not producing it. Economy, development, completion. I need to do something with my money.
Greetings.
400. For how much? 780? 770. It's gonna keep us alive for a bit, but I need to gain control of this spot here.
What does Liet command?
Why am I suffering so much with the money situation? What is the biggest thing? Crafts workshop, which produce hegemony. I want those. Recruitment offices. I need those. There's just no way of getting around it. Screw you. Having research for certain stuff, such as salary production per neutral village in the world. That would be awesome. Spreading the faith. That would be awesome. But you know what? I think the episode is already long enough. So we're gonna leave it at here. If you did like it, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when this next thing is uploaded onto the channel. And I'm gonna try to let you know as soon as possible. Other than that, I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day. Check out the channel for all the fun and awesome content. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Bye-bye, all. I cannot believe I lost this freaking place, and now it's gonna be such a pain in the ass to regain this. Someone offered me a trade and I kind of missed it. Damn it!